Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And yes guys, the crypto market is pumping right now. We're seeing 7% gains on Bitcoin over the last 24 hours, 9% gains on Ethereum over the last 24 hours, and a whopping 10% gains on Solana over the last 24 hours. Negative side is that XRP and Cardano, for example, are only up about 3%. Then again, guys, what is happening right now I think is very interesting. And so in today's video, we're definitely going to be covering everything regarding the crypto market. What I think is most notable in regards to the pump that we are witnessing right now, a couple of theories I have about it, and we also have some juicy crypto news to cover a little bit later down the road. I am not going to call this video urgent, even though I would most likely kind of want to. It's because you guys have said try to title your videos even more accordingly. So guys, if you think this title is not good, just put it down below and make sure you press that like button, as I'm always trying to listen to the feedback and I never take anything as harm or foul if it's appropriate, if it's just good feedback. So let's quickly take a little bit of a look. I covered earlier, right? Yesterday we covered this quite in depth, the theory of inverse correlations between the stock market and crypto. We have definitely seen for the last week before that there was a direct correlation, which was ridiculously high between the S&P and NASDAQ, but mostly S&P and Bitcoin. Now, I theorized about 2 days ago that this could all change. I made a video where I said, urgent update, this could change. And then yesterday I made another urgent video saying it is changing right now. If we take a little bit of a look, I think you guys can all bear with me here to see the S&P has fallen quite drastically. Again, remember, 2 days ago, the 2nd of February, right at this point, so it was, I think, maybe it was the 3rd actually. At this point, basically, I was telling you guys all, from this point forward, Bitcoin can have an inverse correlation. What do we see now? The S&P has fallen drastically throughout this period, while Bitcoin, all of a sudden, has started to climb back up. All right, I quickly had to actually make sure that you guys can see the charts here. Sometimes I'm worried that if I have my face cam in here, that you guys can actually see. So I actually have a trade open on Bitcoin right now as well. In the last couple of minutes, it's actually fallen, but this was purely after it was not officially confirmed, which again goes a little bit against my own theory, but it was to kind of experiment what my head was telling me for the last couple of days, which is follow the inverse correlation, follow the inverse correlation, follow the inverse correlation. Because again, guys, if you remember, our strategy was to open up shorts around this point, around this entire area, and stick with it until the opposite has shown and confirmed. Right now, we're still waiting for a confirmation candle, depending on how far we end up throughout the next couple of hours, as it could be that we've already, we're getting close to this candle confirming would officially be our bullish scenario, basically, because the 4 hour I would consider fine enough. A 1 hour I don't think is solid enough. Then again, that will depend on the trader. Some people will say that on the 1 hour here, if we actually get a confirmation of a green candle, that's going to be enough. I preferably would like to wait for a 4 hour candle, but unfortunately we've just opened, so we're not in the close just quite yet. We're not in the clear. But even more preferably would be a daily close, actually right now within our little blue zone, let's call it like that, and a confirmation within there or above there. That would be juiciest of all. Then again, for right now, the short is still the most logical option, which again could have been open at any one of these points. I would not suggest opening a short right now, as that is too risky, as we're getting really close to potentially a bigger breakout. As again, the inverse correlation has shown that since the S&P keeps on falling downwards, Bitcoin keeps showing upwards. We got to quickly follow that. Now, more importantly, guys, is on the XRP chart, if I'm being honest. Because XRP, as I said before, is having a really interesting, I guess, pattern going on for itself, where generally speaking, the direction was downwards, but it basically had such a flat bottom that I was a little bit confused about the whole situation in regards of where will it go in the near term? Well, will it break out from 4? Because in theory, we can draw a triangle out of it, but we could definitely also just see it as a little bottom that's being formed in the way that I'm drawing it right here. Because we can see, we're seeing a lot of outliers in the XP days, but generally speaking here, it's staying within its range quite comfortably. And I think we could even draw a channel like this in this exact sense, right? Because generally speaking here, the XP price has not really gone below 59 cents and not really above 63 cents here. It's been within this zone for such a long while that at any one of these points where we actually get a confirmation that we go above 63 cents is when we should, theoretically speaking, be opening our long positions yet again. But again, we have not done that. So right now we're still within this little period of let us wait and see. As there's one thing that I should explain to you all. You can open up a long position before you get a confirmation, but that is basically acting upon an irrational Usually, we only open up the trade once it's confirmed that we were basically right, and let's say the fundamentals, you have a little list of things which you're basically watching out for, and sometimes you kind of guess, oh yeah, but maybe because we're touching that area now, we should open up a lot. In theory, if you'd open it now, you'd be better off. But in theory also, if you open it now, you have a higher likelihood of actually losing the trade. And so you want to maximize our efficiency, maximize the profit over longer terms. It's not as efficient or smart to open it right now. Then again, Bitcoin is facing, oh, you guys can see it here, facing some resistance at our predefined spot as well over here at a little bit below $40,000. I guess maybe it's hitting 40,000 perfectly. No, it's hitting 39,898. So it's kind of funny how we are kind of spot on with our targets every single now and then. You can see our little blue zone here is definitely the most interesting point for Bitcoin. And again, I did not draw this in today. You guys already know it. If you're watching the channel for a little while, you already know exactly what we put into these every single time. But yeah, so what is our, look at this as well. It's pretty funny. So what is our plan of action right now? Well, to be honest with you, I am not 1,000% sure that we're going to pull through and that it's going to keep on pumping. So we're going to wait out until we get a confirmation. If we do get a confirmation, we should be opening up a long position at that point. As of this point, though, I am only having a long purely because I'm trying out on one account. My main short is still open, to be honest with you, on my main account. On one account here, I'm opening one little long position purely to try out my little theory here basically of the inverse correlation. Then again, that is all basing upon what the S&P is going to do here. And the S&P and NASDAQ are really in a crazy position where they've gone down. And historically, in moments like this, people are calling out for a crazy crash in the stock markets. But then again, historically also in a different sense, every single time that has happened, Bitcoin also took a big hit, like for example, 2020. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to turn out. But I am looking for a crazy long position to basically change my short to long, depending on how we close over the next couple of hours. But definitely, guys, keep watching the crypto prices right now as we're looking for an entry on XRP and Bitcoin. And I'm really sticking away from the from the S&P right now, as it's a little bit vague as to what's happening with that. We came right back down, or right back up to 4,500 before falling back down further. It's interesting to see how this is going. So a couple of you guys quote oil prices down below. We can actually see a little bit of a head and shoulder pattern in this as well if we really wanted to. But I think we're going to keep everything away from the S&P 500, as I think that's it's playing too much of a game. Funny how people call crypto volatile, huh? But if you guys have seen Facebook stock and PayPal stock or whatnot, it really isn't that crazy, to be honest with you. It really isn't. Right now we're finding a little double bottom here for Bitcoin as well. One that we've seen about yesterday or the day before. Well, it's actually early today already. This is a 15-minute chart. Okay. All right, but quickly, guys, if you haven't checked it out yet, I made a couple of videos on my channel regarding a inverse correlation, a couple of different theories. Now, what I recommend you guys to do is make sure you press that little subscribe button to the channel, but also make sure that you have, let's quickly put it down here, this little, and I can't show it to you guys unfortunately, there's a little notification bell somewhere when you're pressing subscribe. Make sure you press that button also. And again, while saying that, if you want to check out Bybit to trade as well, like we are doing in these videos, it is right here. And right now there's $4,100 worth of bonuses that you can get. So check it out. The link is down below for that. And I'm also doing a pretty big giveaway. I discussed with them what we could do. And to be honest with you, the options are limitless. So if you guys would like anything, let me know down below. We're thinking of ledgers because a lot of you guys were excited about that. But there was really not that many people who preferred ledgers over just crypto giveaways. So I'm thinking still. And right now, the money that we are having basically to give away is just building up. And so we're going to have to do one big giveaway pretty shortly here. But again, how I'm going to do that, everything will be out there. Everything will be transparent. I think we're going to do a gleam or something of the sort. But we'll see. All right. I'm excited for that, though, because a lot of you guys are excited for it, too. That makes me excited. Then again, guys, these videos in no way, shape, or form are financial or legal advice. I'm just telling you guys this based on my own opinion and my own insights. At the end of the day, I may be wrong. And even though we might make money, you might make money for the wrong reasons. It's, that you make a mistake, you make money. Could definitely be so. You never know for sure. So John Deeden here said, I've been predicting a lawsuit against one or more of the exchanges by mid-year. And actually, I've read multiple different articles in that little nature. I want to quickly tell you guys as well. I have the majority of my money locked up in a ledger. A link for that is down below. Also, I think, I haven't talked about that in a long time. I think there's also a link for that. Oh yeah, Hardware Wallet right there. I'm not even sure if this link works. This is the official link though. It's going to lead you to the official website. Don't be worried about that. The only thing is I don't know. It's used to be a referral link, but I've not ever checked the account. So I'm not sure if the referral part still works. Doesn't matter. Otherwise, go to ledger. Just type in Ledger. I'm not sure if it's ledger.com or whatever. I think it's ledger.com though, right? I'm assuming so. I think they changed and took this shop away as well from it. I digress. Check out Ledger and get yourself one. If you have a certain amount of crypto, you think that keeping it on exchanges is not good enough. However, make a distinction between trading capital and holding capital. I have a lot of money on exchanges, not gonna lie. Why? Because I trade with that. I have a lot of money in ledgers, multiple. Smart as well to diversify your holdings for in case something crazy happens, or the bank that you hold it in or something like that gets something overthrown. Who knows? Just in case. Yeah, I have a fun story to tell about that, but we'll do that a different day. That you look into it at least, because safeguarding your money is smart. But I would only suggest going for the money that you're not really willing to touch, because taking your money out of Ledger and transacting with it is rather annoying. Otherwise, you're gonna have to keep your little device over at home. But I don't think that's the smartest idea either, to keep your money in your home. My thoughts though, right? I don't know. If you have your money in a bank, basically, you're trusting the bank with that. But the probability of your bank getting heisted in 2022, pretty small. For a random burglar to get into your home, though, is a lot higher, I would say, probability-wise. So I would always be careful with that. I'm not sure about burying it in the ground or so. I guess it depends on where you live. What if you just go bury you bury it in the forest somewhere, all of a sudden, a couple weeks later, you come back, a couple of years later, and there's just a whole park there, your money gone, or somewhere deeper on the ground now. It's now 50 meters deeper, so you're going to have to dig real long. A little fun. Okay. So I was looking at myself the whole time right there. I'm sorry, guys. And then a little, because I just want to quickly say, exchanges can eventually get a little crazy. We don't know what's going to happen to them. This is only in the US that I'm saying that you should be a little bit afraid. For the rest of the world, I'm going to say it's going to go so slowly that there might be a decision. But generally speaking, you're able to just take your money out. No real harm done. No worries at all. In the US, however, things sometimes go quickly. So that's why I'm saying if you're from the US, be a little bit more cautious with some of these things. But at the end of the day, as long as you have your hold stash over on your wallet, I think you're good to go. That's what I do. I have a lot of money in exchanges still because I think it's smart to just be able to trade with that. Then again, everybody has their own little priorities, right? And then this was about authority, but I guess the whole story about this one was mostly revolving around the fact that as it currently stands, some people within the SEC or other entities within the US are trying to grab as much power as humanly possible, and we're not really a fan of that. So right now we're going over on Twitter as much as possible to kind of look into whatever changes are trying to be made in the system to make sure that those officials have more power. We want to see those, want to spot those, and try to reverse them or get them to be acknowledged publicly. And news.bitcoin.com is really going in heavily here, talking about Hester Peirce, an SEC commissioner, who's also warning about some people within not the SEC, I don't believe, but somewhere within the US system is getting too much power. So I think it's good that one of the SEC people is coming out for that, but not enough. And then two little fun things. One, about NFTs, man. I have so much fun stuff to share. Apparently, Vechain x Givenchy. Vechain's collaboration with Givenchy was mentioned in collaborating in the metaverse, how luxury brands' NFTs will influence marketing strategies in the years to come. Vechain covers 100% of leather goods for Givenchy globally, and apparently there's an article about that over in the Givenchy blog, I believe. This is actually Gucci. This is about the entire metaverse one. That's the entire report about it. And apparently, Vechain is working with these guys already. Now, it says here with Givenchy to embed authenticity verification chips in handbags. I do still wonder for a couple of details about that. Then again, we've covered a couple of different times how Vechain is just huge in their sector. They've also apparently partnered with Renault, creating in conjunction with Microsoft and Vizio, a digital car maintenance book that cannot be tampered with, and is the government technology partner for Gui'an, an economic development zone for the Central Chinese government. They have so much going on. We checked the strategic partnership list before. Man, Vechain is actually one of my favorite coins, and it keeps surprising me every single time I look at it, guys. It keeps surprising me every single time I take a good look at that. I'm noticing the battery of my MacBook is not charging for some reason. I'm a little bit... I hope that my microphone is working for this video. Let's just quickly cut it short then here. The entire list of partnerships for Vechain is freaking insane. We've covered that 1,000 times already. Walmart, DMVGL, everybody like that. And then two other announcements about NFTs. Nintendo getting into them and Ferrari getting into them. I believe Lamborghini is getting into them too. It's freaking crazy. That was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. And let me know down below. Are you opening a long position? Are you opening a short position? What are you doing? Let me know down below. And happy trading, guys. Happy trading.